Hey, what's up? What's up? First and foremost, thank you guys so much. This is my first live stream on YouTube, and I just want to make sure. Hey, what's up? What's up? First and foremost, thank you guys so much for showing up. Listen, this is my first live on YouTube, like I said earlier. So today I'm going to be talking about how to, right? Bear with me a little bit. Today I'm going to talk about the mindset that took me from where I was to where I am right now, and how I was able to be able to make over $10,000 a month on my business, on one business, right? So if you're on YouTube, appreciate you for coming on. If you're on TikTok, appreciate you for coming on. Um, but so yeah, so again, today I'm going to talk about the one mindset shift that took me from zero to $10,000 a month, and how anyone from around the world can be able to do that. So if you're coming from TikTok, if you're coming from YouTube, thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching the video. Now, before I dive in, if you don't mind dropping, how much money are you making from your job, from your business, so I can understand the type of people in the room, so I can be able to tailor that to it. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm actually serving the right audience, right? So please do me a favor, type in your current monthly goal, or how much money are you trying to make in the online space, right? Specifically, do that for me, so I can be able to know who I'm talking to, right? Now, just a quick intro about who I am. So, my name is Lucini Donzo. I am a lot of things, right? But I'm going to talk to you guys specifically on what I am, and I'm going to talk to you specifically on what I am and what get me paid, right? So I was a former U.S. captain in the United States Army officer. Prior to being the United States Army officer, I was working as a data analyst, and I was also working at G4S when I was in college, in my younger days, right? Way, way younger days. Now, while I was working, I had a one thing that I always wanted to do, guys, and that thing was to actually be financially free and to be working for myself. A lot of people have the same dreams, the same goals, and the same things that I currently had back then. But here is the difference: it took one mindset. So if you're watching on YouTube, on TikTok, just drop mindset, right? Just drop mindset, because at the end of the day, all it does is a shift of your mindset to get you to where you want to go. So as I was journeying, while I was in college, I enrolled in the army, and then I enlisted in the army. After I enlisted in the army, I realized, man, I could be in the army and I could be making money on social media, right? And let me tell you guys something. There's a lot of gurus out there that's gonna tell you guys, oh man, you can make all this money. There's a lot of forex scam. They'll tell you guys to invest in them, and and they'll tell you to invest in them, and they're not doing anything for you. And I tell a lot of my mentees, or I tell a lot of people I coach, you have to vet the person. You have to make sure they're not just teaching you get rich quick scheme. They're teaching you how to build a business, right? So that's what I like to teach people. So your journey on building your business, so when you actually build your business automatically make money for you while you're actually asleep. The best way to make money is making money in your sleep. That's where you see a lot of us entrepreneurs or people that are making money in their sleep. We don't stress if you want to join our program or buy our course. We don't care. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, right? So I want you guys to understand success is a journey. So I went through my journey while I was in the army. as I was going through my journey, I wrote my book. My first book I wrote, I made about $5,000 on my book. Once people started hearing my story and people started finding out who I was, that's when people started to like me, right? And people was like, man, this guy he has an impeccable story. He knows exactly what he wants to do, right? So the thing is, as I was going through my journey, now guess what? That's when I opened up my business, my online digital business, and then I started making money, right? I started making money. And I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. A lot of people would tell you guys this, right? Oh my God, you know, it was so easy, or I made money this quick. Listen, it's very frustrating. Business is frustrating. Business is hard. It's not easy, right? It's not easy. And I don't want any one of you that is trying to get into entrepreneurship, trying to get into business. You think that, oh my God, this is easy because you see somebody that's driving the Lamborghini. You see somebody that's on the rooftop, right? And they have beautiful view. You think that, oh man, they didn't work hard to get there. No, they put in the work behind closed doors. There was times in my life when I was in the army, there was time in my life where I had to put in 18 hours days. There was time in my life where I didn't have sales. There was time in my life where I didn't have a mentor. There were time in my life where I was chasing random tactics. I was just doing random things. And here's the thing, guys, when you are chasing random tactics, you develop doubts, right? You develop doubt. And when you develop doubt, you second guessing yourself because it's all mindset. Success is all mindset. Making over $10,000 a month is all mindset. It's all mindset. And the thing is, I'm not trying to sell you a dream because I want to tell you it was hard for me. It was hard because at the end of the day, I was saying to myself, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Maybe I'm not meant to be making the amount of money that I'm currently making. Maybe it's too hard trying to understand everything that I'm seeing online. But I realized that nothing that you want come easy, especially if you wasn't born from a rich family, if you didn't have like a rich uncle and all that stuff, right? So that's my backstory. I really struggled when I first started. It was not easy. But here's the thing. Now life is easy. I live life on airplane mode. Everything happened the way I want it to happen. I don't have to stress too much. I don't have to do too much. So, because my life is on easy mode, now I want to talk about, right? I want to talk about the mindset. Stop chasing tactics and start thinking like a business owner. Start thinking, look at your life as a business. Like, look at your life as a business. Stop just chasing trends. Stop waking up in the morning and doing the same thing. Oh, I'm just going to wake up in the morning. I'm just going to do the same thing over and over. Stop. Come on. Right? So for me, I stopped chasing tactics and I started thinking as a business owner instead of a hustler. Right? It was a shift of focus. I focused on building system, not chasing sales. I focused on what worked and what didn't work. I focused on having a mentor instead of not having a mentor. I focused on investing in myself instead of not investing in myself. I didn't care about the nice crib at the time. I didn't care about living on a roof. I didn't care about having a Rolex. I didn't care about having an AP watch. I didn't care about the car that I was driving. I cared about focusing on building a system, so I should not chase sales. So the sales can be coming to me because at the end of the day, the best thing you can ever do, guys, is to make money while you sleep, right? So here's the breakdown I want you to do. I want you to identify your identity, right? Who are you? What works for you? Like, who are you? Like, who are you? Seriously, like, who are you? Because if you don't know who you are, how you want to make money? How are you going to sell to someone? You are going to fall for anything, right? So your identity got to be at the cortex of your brain. So start asking yourself, stop asking yourself, I'm sorry, what works, and ask yourself, who do I need to become to be making this amount of money? What is the person that I need to become? Do that person stop smoking cigarettes? Do that person stop drinking? Do that person stop clubbing? Do that person stop hitting the blunt, the weed, or whatever it is you smoking? Does that person stop chasing, man? Who do I need to become? Because part of success is sacrifice, and a lot of entrepreneurs are not going to tell you guys that. They're going to tell you, yeah, man, it was easy. Yeah, man, I made this amount of money. Before you start making this amount of money, it started with your routine. It started with the discipline. So that's what we're talking about, guys. I'm teaching you guys how to build system instead of just chasing, oh, I just want to make money. And that start with your own life. That start with looking at yourself in the mirror. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, so if you're on YouTube, thank you. If you're on TikTok, thank you. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you say to yourself, who do I need to become to make $10,000 a month in my business? Right? Your self-identity is more important than the tactics. The next thing is you have to choose system over chaos. Instead of just doing everything, do things that actually work. I don't know what works for you, right? Maybe content creation works for you. Maybe running ads work for you. Maybe going to speak at university. I don't know what works for you, but I want to tell you, what is your ladder of a system? Because some of you guys are doing the same thing over and over again. You're having the same type of mindset, but you are not actively building a system to turn it into automation, to make it work for you long term. And one of the things I try to do, people always ask me, man, Lucini, like, you are so proficient at what you're doing. The reason why I'm so proficient at what I'm doing is because I don't think in weeks, I think in years. The next thing I want you guys to do when it comes to the mindset shift is you got to develop a long-term vision. Stop thinking in terms of weeks. Think in terms of years. What do I want to accomplish in the next year? Then start backwards planning. When I implemented these mindset, knowing who I am, my identity, building system, and long-term vision, when I implemented that, that's when I started building a simple digital product system that work on autopilot and that earns me money while I sleep. And a lot of people will look at it as, oh man, it's just, it's easy for you. No, it wasn't. It wasn't easy for me, right? And I want to tell you that it was not easy for me. But here's the thing I want you guys to pay attention to, right? I want you guys to pay attention to on YouTube, and I want you guys to pay attention to on TikTok. We're gonna go to the board a little bit. So everyone that's watching, if you're watching, you're gonna get value out of this. You're gonna get a lot of value out of this, and I hope this would teach you how to be able to make. I hope this will teach you. Let me see real quick. Make sure my YouTube audience can see it. Or my YouTube guys can see it. My TikTok guys can see it. All right, the first thing I want you guys to pay attention to, right, is define the identity, right? So first thing is if you want to make a certain amount of money, if you want to make a certain amount of money in life, you have to ask yourself, what do I need to become to actually accomplish this? Who do I need to become? So define your identity. And the reason why I'm saying that you need to define your identity is because every one of us are different, right? Every one of us are different. Like for me, I love teaching people. People always ask me, man, Lucini, like you're a great coach, you're this. Yes, because I love it. Right? I like people to know who they are. If you want to, how can you try to sell to someone and you don't even know who you are? Does that make sense? How you trying to sell to someone you don't even know who you are? So my thing to you all that's watching this is you got to define, ask yourself this. What would a $10,000 a month version of me do daily. So picture yourself already making that amount of money, right? What would a 10K a month version of me do daily? That's important. What are you gonna do daily? How are you gonna spend that money? Right? How are you gonna help people? How are you gonna make more? Just recently, different country. I'm traveling. I'm sorry. Every month I'm going to different places because I can be able to do that. I have the capacity to be able to do what I want to do because I am my own boss. And that's why I want you guys to understand. When you become your own boss, you don't have to listen to somebody else call the shots in your life. You call their own shot. You call your own shots, right? So when you know your identity and you ask yourself, what would a $10,000 a month version of you do daily? I hope you guys are writing this down because this is very important information, right? A lot of people want to make money, but a lot of people don't know who they are. The second thing is build one simple system, right? One simple system. Number two, build a simple system. You guys might say, "Whoa, Lucini, man, oh my God, what do you mean? A system, as in how do you get clients, right? How do you get clients? Ask yourself that. How do you nurture your clients, right? Ask yourself that. How do you target your clients, and how do your clients come to you so they can spend their money on you? Do you have a system for that? So recently, I just started going on YouTube Live. So when I'm going on YouTube Live, I'm also going on TikTok Live. So every time, I don't care how many people, whether it's one person, zero person, for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm giving out free information that if you actually pay attention, you take notes, you can learn something valuable. Because I have multiple businesses that I'm part of, and I also have multiple businesses that I'm doing. Does that make sense? So for me, I'm giving value. So if you're smart, you're going to actually stay on this live and pay attention because I'm teaching you habits and I'm teaching you how to be able to make over $10,000 a month in whatever business that you want to do. So you build a simple system. You can build a simple system. For me, I use digital products. I have digital products online. If you go on my bio, you click, there's a digital products. We sell that a bundle for $27. We make over 100,000 US dollars off one product. We have an ecosystem that we run ads and we make money with that. That's what I'm basically teaching you guys. You can do yours on courses. You can do yours on speaking engagement. You can do yours regarding what your business is, right? You can steal this method. You define your identity. Who are you and who are you serving? Because you're not going to get yourself rich. Other people are going to help you get rich. So you got to know who you're serving, right? Now, the next thing is number three, you define what type of business you do, then you use social media. You like right now I'm on YouTube Live, I'm on TikTok Live. I'm using social media, guys. We are in the era of social media. If you are not trying to make money on social media, I'm going to be very honest with you. If you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, please get off this live. If you don't want to make money on social media, please do me a favor. You are wasting your time. Even listening to me, you are wasting your time because I don't know how to make money anywhere else than making money online. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, right? So once you define who you are, once you build a simple system, your business, social media, you automate it. What do I mean by automation? I'm going to teach you guys a little bit. Automation is when I go to sleep and I am still making money and I'm still being able to convert customers into paying customers. That's automation, right? The last thing, people always forget this. Number three, commit to long-term success. Listen to me, guys. You have to commit to long-term success. You have to be consistent. There's going to be a time right? Do you Hey, I like you advertising your business. Do you have money? Can you buy a trouser? Cool. Hey, I'm not in the market to buy a trouser right now. I have trousers right now. But I love the advertisement. But listen, you have to get to a point where you are consistent, where you are doing it over and over again, and you're doing the right things, right? A lot of people that do the same thing over and over again, but they're not doing the right things. This is why you need to have a mentor. This is why you need to have a mentor, guys. Okay, you need to have a mentor. So if you can write one way in the chat on YouTube, on TikTok, that you are going one way, you're gonna better yourself this month. You're gonna better yourself. You're gonna better your family. You're gonna better your business. Just write it out. Hold yourself accountable. Put that into the world. This month, I'm going to watch content, content business. This month, I'm going to hop on more live. This month, I'm going to invest in myself. Write it out in the chat so that way you are holding yourself accountable. Because if you do not, you can sit here, you can listen to me, guys. You can sit here and I can be talking, but I'm living my dream life and I'm blessed. That's the difference. That is the difference. So, first is define your identity. Who are you? Who are you? Define your identity. What would a $10,000 a month version of me look like? Right? What would that version? Somebody say smart watch. I sell a smart watch. Awesome. How so? If you're selling smart watch, then ask yourself, who are the people that wear smart watch? Why? How can I make smart watch like a thing where people want to come and buy from me? How can I make myself more attractive to them? Right? What content do I need to post more about the smart watches? Hey guys, so my name is Wyatt, and I sell smart watches. So with this watch, you can be able to do this, do that, do that. Man, why haven't you bought the watch? Let me tell you guys something. This watch is so cool. XYZ. You need to be posting content about your watch. You need to be talking about it to your friends, to your people, so you can be able to get referrals. Right? Put out so much information that you're the go-to. And that's beautiful. Let's go. Somebody on YouTube said, let me see. How do you how did you become how did you develop the mindset that you have? So for me, I think one of the ways that I developed the mindset that I currently have right now, guys, is for me, I really wanted to work for myself, right? And I think there's a lot of people, they just kind of want to work for themselves, but they don't really want it, right? So for me, I was reading the books when I was in the army. I was doing the things that a lot of my peers were not doing, right? I was going to events. I was investing in mentors. I was surrounding myself with a lot of people that were way better than me. And the thing is, if you surround yourself with people that are way better than you, you're going to be successful. If you stay around four multimillionaires, you're going to be the next one. But if you keep hanging around broke people, you're going to stay broke because your mindset or capacity it doesn't it's not stretchable. So in order for me to have the mindset that I have now, where I'm teaching you guys and I'm talking about business, is I had to develop that with the right people. I had to surround myself, with the right people. So I had to shift my mindset from being the person that want to work my whole life. Because let's be honest, man. Let's be real honest. Guys on YouTube, guys on TikTok. We no longer live in a generation where all you have to do is work 30 years. Like, who want to work 30 years the whole life? Your whole life, 30, 40, 50. By the time most of us, we start working at 18, 19. In 30 years, we're in our 40s and 50s. We're working for another company. When you can sit here and learn from somebody and implement that. Does that make sense? You got the mindset like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this on my own. I'm just gonna figure it out. Why try? Like earlier today, I was talking to someone. I said, why? If I have, I'm gonna give you guys an example. So let's say I just started a TikTok. I just started. Let's say I just started a TikTok today, and I have $100. I just started a TikTok, but with that $100, I can reach I can reach more people, where more people are gonna know who Lucini Donzo is and what he do and how he can be able to serve other. Now, why would I not spend that $100 to get more reach? Why wouldn't I? Why would I keep hoarding money? The point of money is to be spent or invested. Does that make sense? If you have money and you can use the money to help yourself, bring more people to know more about you, why are you not doing that? Make it make sense. Why? Because you want to be $100 more richer? That doesn't make sense. If $100 can get the right people to know who you are. So you have to learn how to shift your mindset, guys. This is not a gimmick. This is real life. If you want to achieve success, you have to shift your mindset. A lot of people want to do things the hard way. I don't want to do things the hard way. I no longer do things the hard way. I do things the easier way. Because why? At the end of the day, I want my life on easy mode. While other people think it's difficult, I want my life on easy mode. And the reason why I want my life on easy mode is because of my mindset. And the more I know who I am, the more I continue to define myself and know the type of person that I am and what I'm capable of in this world, the more likely that I can be able to serve the right people. The more likely I can be able to serve the right people. Some of you guys, you're not making the amount of money that you want to make because you don't know who you need to become to be the person that you want to. Maybe you're drinking too much. Yesterday, I was speaking at rewired University, right? They invited me to go speak. If you don't believe me, go on their website. You'll see my name, Lucini Donzo. And I told one of the students, I said to them, I said, if you want to work your whole life, then you should not listen to me, because I don't teach people how to work their whole life. I teach people how to be independent thinkers, and so they can be able to think for themselves and create jobs, and so they can be able to make the money that they want to be able to make. Is it going to be easy? No. I would not be the one to tell you guys, oh man, it's so easy. No. Before people just pay me like that, it took time. It took time. And some of you guys, you're not, remember I talked about this. Some of you guys, you're not thinking about the long term. The long-term success. You're not thinking about the long-term success. You're not thinking if I go to school, if I get my degree. You're not thinking if I start this new TikTok and I keep posting. You're not thinking if I work this job and I take that money at this job and I invest in my business. You're not thinking like that. You're thinking about the now, and thinking about the now is what is going to get you to not get the life that you want in the future. By me thinking about the future, it got me to where now I am free. I can be able to go anywhere, live anywhere that I want in my life. And my kids, my girl, the people around me are free. And I want the same thing for each and every one of you watching this. I really want the same, because at the end of the day, we live in one of the best times in 2025. Somebody said my veins. No, because I'm passionate about what I'm saying. Right? I'm like, for me, I'm passionate about this. And I'm passionate about what I do, helping people think differently, helping people create business online, helping people understand how to be able to get people, and telling people like, it doesn't matter if 1 or 2 or 3 people show up. Be consistent. Be consistent in what you do, because eventually, as more people get to know you, more people are going to show up. And by the time more people are going to show up, they're going to have to pay because you're already popular. The thing is, we don't want to come on here and there's 1 to 3 people showing up, and we don't want to give them gems. We don't want to give them value. That's the problem. We always want a large number, but how can you handle a large number when you don't even know how to handle one person? So after you define who you really are and you ask yourself consistently, okay, do this person need to stop doing this, stop doing that, maybe work out a little bit more? Then you now ask yourself, what system? Because guys, system is very important. System is very important in this life. You need to have a system in your life. You need to have a routine. What do you do every morning? After you brush your teeth, do you work out? Do you read? Like, what are you doing to propel yourself to where you want to go? What are you doing? Right? Because if you have a system and a routine that you actually do every day, it fills you. It fills you. So once you have that system, again, you commit to that long term. Long term. I just started back on YouTube, right? 2 weeks. I went from 284 followers, subscriber, to over 1,900, going on 2,000 subscriber. Why? Because for me, I want to be very diligent and very consistent on YouTube. So now I'm going live. It doesn't matter how many people show up, right? It doesn't matter. I'm still going to provide value on my other social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It doesn't matter, because I think about the long-term success. I don't think about the now. I think about, okay, in a year from now, it's going to be more, because I'm going to have over 5,000 subscriber, 10,000 subscriber. I'm going to get better. How many of you want to start things and you want to start perfect? Like, you want to start something, but you want to start perfect. You want to be perfect. I'm here to tell you gotta stop. You become perfect over time. Perfection is non-existent. There's nobody that have done something perfectly. Everybody have an area to improve in. And if you live life like that, you can actually help yourself out. Stop chasing perfection, chase progression. As long as you're progressing, you're going to be perfect. What society call perfect. Even to this day, I critique myself. Yesterday, when I was going to speak at rewired University, I critique myself. And I talked to the kids, and I was like, hey, how many of you guys are excited to be here? And like 5 people raised their hand. By the end of the presentation, I said, how many of you guys are excited to be here? Almost the whole class raised their hand. Why? Because they initially, people would not see your value. Initially, nobody sees your value, but consistently, people understand and see your value. So if you stop or you get nervous at that initial, because it's 1 people, it's 2 people, it's 3 people, it's 5 people, it's 10 people, you quit too soon. You never accomplish the life that you want. Accomplish the things that you want. You never make your life easier. Because as you grow progressively, your life should be easier. I don't know why some of you guys, you want your life to be hard when you're old. Make it make sense to me. Like, make it make sense as to why you want your life to be hard as you get older, when you can work hard when you're young and able and you have all the energy. Like for me, I told myself the next 10 years in digital entrepreneurship, we're making anywhere from 10 to 50 million a year on all our businesses. I will put in so much work. I will put in so much content. I will post consistently. I will try YouTube, try LinkedIn, try TikTok, Instagram, all social media platform. I will go so hard that everybody would know who Lucini Donzo is. Why? Because at the end of the day, I have energy. You should not take the energy that you currently have very lightly, because you will not have the same energy as you continue to grow. It's all mindset. It's all mindset. I put it up here. It's all knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are and you don't know what you're capable of, it's easy for somebody to tell you can't do something. It's very easy for somebody to tell you can't do something. And I'm here to tell you, every one of you on YouTube, on TikTok, you should define your identity today. You should ask yourself, what life do I want to live? What life do I want to live? And who is the man or woman that I need to become to live that life? Because that's what helped me. That's what got me to a point where I don't care no more how many people are listening to me or I don't, because I make money regardless. That's what got me. And I need every one of you guys. I needed to click, right? I needed to click. I'm gonna end it with this because I'm getting tired of talking, but I'm gonna end it with this. If you found, like, listen, seriously, on YouTube, if you, some of you guys been coming in and out, you found this very helpful, please make sure you subscribe, share the stream. I'm going to publish it, share the screen with other people, right? I appreciate on TikTok, I appreciate everyone that has been on. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And if you found this helpful, right, in the link in my bio on YouTube and on TikTok, there is my bundle, right? A lot of people always say, Lucina, I want to work with you. And I tell them, like, okay, I'm very expensive, but my digital products are not expensive. You can go online and you can go in the link in my bios on my social media platform, and you can grab a digital products that you believe on my TikTok, on social media, that can help you start, right? Start self-education. Self-education is very important in the form of education. Warren Buffett said that, and he's a billionaire. If you don't know how to buy something and teach yourself a skill, you are in huge trouble in 2025. You're in huge trouble in 2025. So if you found this, if you're on YouTube and you found this very value, please make sure you share and you subscribe. If you're on TikTok, please make sure you follow. Appreciate you guys. If you're serious about making your first 10K online and you have the money for investment, right? Shoot me a DM, right? Shoot me a DM. But it is not free. It is not free. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys anything. You can follow me on Lucini Donzo on my Instagram or on my YouTube. All the links are in my YouTube. On for TikTok, it's in you can go on Instagram and just type Lucini Donzo. Before I leave, I want to tell you guys this. One mindset shift can change everything in your life. It all started with me hanging around people that are better than me, and now I'm on the 18th floor and I get to look down on people and I'm blessed, right? It all started with a mindset shift. I'm no better than anybody. I stopped the hustling game and I start building system, and I start surrounding myself with people that can teach me how to win. That's how you win. You stop hustling and you start surrounding yourself with the right people. That's how you win in life. Most people are not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you you got to figure it all out. They're going to tell you you got to go do all this crap. No, you kill the hustle mentality. Start building something. Start working with someone that already built something. Start learning, consuming information from someone. Start getting motivated. Start applying the motivation, and so you can be consistent. That's how you win. And if you don't think that's how you win, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Because I'm a byproduct of one mindset. I shifted my mindset from being a employee or while I was in the army to being a guy that believed that, hey, one day he's going to work for himself. And one day he's going to have employees that he also helped them understand that, hey, they can be able to work for themselves. All right. So thank you so much for today. My for my folks on TikTok, my YouTube is on, my YouTube link is in the bio. Go and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Every week we're going to be live streaming. We're going to go live on YouTube, because for me right now, I want to try to curate my YouTube audience. For you guys, you can be able to join too once you go subscribe. This is for people that I'm only my subscriber. I'm gonna be live streaming to my subscriber on YouTube, and I'm also going to be on live on TikTok. So thank you again so much. I hope you got something of value from this. God bless. Take care. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna end this stream.